Hey everybody, it's Heather, and today I thought I would try something new. I'm thinking I want to try the traditional knitting podcast. I want to set this up and do the traditional sections like finished objects, work in progresses, stash acquisitions, maybe future projects I want to cast on, things like that. And I want to try to do it twice a month. I'm not going to try to do it any more than that because honestly I don't knit fast enough to have any finished objects more than twice a month. So maybe every other week or every 2 weeks. Well, every other week is every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks or so I will try to film another one of these, and I'm going to try it, and if it makes me happy I will continue to do it, and if it doesn't make me happy then I will scrap it and go back to random videos whenever randomness happens in my life. I am going to start today. Today is July 6th. It's Monday. My goal is to post these on Monday, I think, because, you know, Monday's the beginning of the week. It's a good time to start something new. I say, why not? So, the first thing that I am going to be showing you today is my finished objects. I have 1.5, like they like this. People like to say 1.5. I'll show you why in a second. My first finished object is, not that, that's a string, a pair of Rose City Rollers Littles Edition. This is a size 12 to 24 month Rose City Roller sock knit for my little baby girl. She is 18 months old and she absolutely loves these socks. As soon as I finished one, she wore it all day long. So I didn't finish the next one till like a day and a half later. And by the time I got the second one done, the first one was dirty because every time she sees it, she giggles and she wants to put it on. So then she wore the pair for a whole day. And by the end of that day, they were dirty and I've already had to wash these. So they are, my dog is shaking, sorry. They have been washed already once, and they have been worn a little bit since then, not a lot. They have dog hair on them, so I have 3 dogs. So this is the Rose City Rollers Littles Edition in the size 12 to 24 months, and pretty sure I have the yarn band up here. Un momento. I have so many. Okay, so I lied. I don't have the yarn band up here. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it. I found it. This is the yarn I used. It is by Revive Designs, hand dyed in New Zealand. It is the colorway Skeen Sisters. I believe that's the colorway. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. This is hand dyed 4-ply sock yarn, 85% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and I used size 1 needles to knit this. I used DPNs. It was my first attempt at using DPNs in my whole life, and I jumped on, and it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I had been intimidated by DPNs, and I didn't want to do them, but once I did them, I didn't hate them. I don't like love them, and I wouldn't choose them over like 9-inch circulars per se, but I did knock out a pair of baby socks in like 2 days, 3 days. It was like 3 days, I say, 3 full socks. 2 full socks in 3 days. Tongue twister. My second almost finished item, I'm gonna call it a half finished item because that's what they say, is another baby sock. I finished this morning, so I don't even have the second one cast on yet. I will later today. This is what I'm calling my baby vanilla sock Shorty because it doesn't have a pattern. I kind of just winged it. What I did is I cast on the same amount of stitches that I cast on for the Rose City Roller. I made a 1x1 cuff in 7 rounds. I knit a little bit, then I did the same decreases and the same slip stitch heel. I knit for a while. I did 1 garter row above the toe and below it, like 1 round of garter to kind of give it a cute little something extra. And then I did my toe decreases and I finished her off. And my daughter's already wore this today. I have pictures. I will try to insert them here. That is my 1-year-old wearing the socks as soon as I finished it. She just loves wearing hand knit socks. I don't know why, but she does. And I hope she always likes to wear the hand knit socks because I like making them for her. This was a quick knit. I started this either yesterday or the day before, and I have enjoyed making it. This one is knit using Earl Grey fiber yarn. I don't know how to say that. And the Darjeeling sock. This is 4-ply, 75-25, superwash merino and nylon. The colorway is permanent. It's a really pretty yarn. This is what I have left of it. It's caked up. It's very loosely caked up because I've actually knit a whole top out of this already, like a bralette. And this is what it looks like. And I have 3 of my DPNs sitting here to cast on the next sock, which I do intend to cast on today. I say 3 DPNs because although I like using these, since I have knit these 3 socks, I have lost 2 DPNs. I don't know where they're going. It's like they're magically disappearing. So I've got to find my other 2 DPNs. I have purchased another set of these DPNs. I do like to use wooden needles. It's my preference. These are the like bamboo. I don't know if they're bamboo or not. They're like needles. They are wooden. They're US 2.25 millimeter needles, and they're wooden and they're a little bit flexible. They're perfect needles. They're not grabby. They're slick. Perfect for knitting socks. I also have ChowGoo US 1 metal needles, but I don't like them as much. I don't prefer to use metal needles ever. I can't maintain a good tension with metal needles because they're so slippery. So I try not to use them if I don't have to. But I'm using this one currently with these 3 wooden ones until I find my missing needles. So this is all I have for finished objects right now. I do have a few work in progresses though. I'm going to show you the work in progresses that I have been working on this week. Nothing that I've got sitting to the side that I haven't worked on in the last week. Okay, next up is works in progress. And the first one I have to show you today is the Contrails Cardigan. This is by Sarah Chapman. It was a free pattern on Ravelry, and I am knitting it for my 14-year-old daughter, and I have a fully finished body. If I can get it to show. Okay. Yeah, this is so not true to color. Shh, baby. Shh. Mommy's doing something. Sorry, my 1-year-old is right by my feet. This is an Opie Airy cardigan. It is knit in a mohair blend. I don't know what the blend is of. It was a surprise yarn and a surprise scrap bag. And as you knit the actual body of it, you are already constructed the neckband and the front bands that go down the front. That would be a button band if there was buttons, but this is not a button band cardigan. So it is supposed to be super flouncy and airy and just a fun little over cardigan. And this color is nowhere near true to color. This is acid green, like from the 80s. It's gorgeous. It is a mohair blend. I'm not sure what blend. It was a surprise, and she loved it, so I thought I'd go ahead and knit her something in it. And she chose this pattern. So now all I have left to do is pick up sleeve stitches, and I'm not gonna lose my waist yarn here. Close call, guys. I'll pick up the sleeve stitches and knit the sleeves for this. So hopefully by the next time I film this, I will at least have one sleeve finished. I'm not in any rush for this because I've kind of picked up other things that I'm having more fun knitting, and so I'm not in any rush for this one right now. But you know, it'll get done when it gets done. Sorry, my mail lady is outside dropping off my mail, and I get so much mail because I have a shopping problem, and I'm just watching her shove package after package after package in my door, in my mailbox. I never understand how it all fits in there. Oh, wait, yet another package. No, she's like trying to shove it all in, guys, to see if she can get it to fit so she don't have to get out of them. I live in a big housing development, and she doesn't want to get out for all these people's packages, and I understand that. Completely understand that. She got them in. It looks like I have 5 packages, and she got them all in. Oh, she's gone, so she got them all in. That's exciting. So, the next item that I'm going to show you is my Rose City Roller socks to match my little girls. I showed you hers earlier. Hers was the Rose City Roller Little, and mine is the Rose City Roller, the traditional, I guess. The original, not traditional. I have gotten the cuff, if there's not really a cuff, but I've gotten the leg part, the heel flap, and all that done, and now I'm only about an inch away from having to start toe decreases, which is kind of exciting, maybe an inch and a half. Here is my little stitch markers to mark my every 10th round. So it's very exciting. And I failed to mention earlier that hers was knit in this yarn, and then I used this yarn as my toe because I wanted to make sure that I had enough for me and her to have matching pair out of this ball of yarn. This is the Ficalina Arwita Classic, and I've seen people say they use it for sock, so I thought I'd give it a go. I'm just using it for the toes, so you know, toes don't get that much wear, I don't think. This is 80% superwash merino wool and 20% nylon, and it is super cute. It's in the color 101, which I believe is a cream or ivory. I don't know the color off the top of my head, but it's a very ivory-ish cream color. It's very true to color. It's just ivory. But I thought it would match with this well without being too in your face that it's different. So I am almost done with sock number 1 for myself. I think it'd be really fun to have matching Mommy and Me Rose City roller socks, and I'm very excited about this. So currently this one is taking a lot of my attention, especially since I finished this sock for her. My goal is to finish this one before I pick up and knit the next match to this, or the match to this sock. And then I will go back and knit the second one of these, and then that would be great. So I have, let's see, 2 more works in progress that I am going to show you in just one second. Okay, my last 2 works in progress are upstairs in my bedroom, so you get a new background. The first one is the 4 points knitted blanket. I showed this before, and I had just started my second color, so I wanted to give an update on this blanket. I am still in the second color in the first skein of the yarn, but I have made progress. This is color 1. Let's see how to show. I don't know what the best way to show this is. Like, there we go. That's the first color. It is knit in Premier Everyday Worsted yarn in the color Coral. And now I am using color 2, which is Soft Peach. And the idea of this blanket is you cast on so many stitches. I cast on 100. You decrease 1 stitch every other round, or every other row. It's not in the round. And then you'll have a triangle. Then when you get to number 1 stitch left, you bind up that stitch off, and then you pick up the same amount of stitches that you cast on for the first color along the edge. And then you do the exact same thing with color 2, and then you will have 2 points. And then when you get done with color number 2, you will pick up the same amount of stitches again, do the third color, and then the 4th color. And this blanket I'm making for my local NICU. And right now, this is what I've gotten on my decrease side, so it's not very far. This is how much yarn I have left of my Everyday Worsted Right yarn by Premier. And I did use about 1/3 of a second of the first color, so I expect to use this much once over. So I guess I've done about 1/3 of the decreases, because, you know, it takes more yarn to do the first amount of rows because they're so much longer than the last few. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place you can't see it because my finger's in front of it, a stitch marker in front or on the last row that I'm currently on, so that the next time you see this, if I'm still on this color, you will see how much progress I have made. And hopefully I will not be on this color anymore, but Honestly, right now I am focusing on other things. This is kind of the blanket that there's no need to do. There's no rush. There's no expiration date. So I just will knit this whenever I feel like it. There's no rush, because when you rush a project that's for charity, I feel like it kind of burns you out a bit and you don't want to continue it. And I don't want to get that feel for NICU items, because I am constantly donating to my local NICU, and this is going to be another item for them. So that's what I got to say about that little blanket. The next and final work in progress that I have to show you today is my Happy Scrappy blanket, is what it is called, but I'm calling it the Happy blanket because it's not being used with scrap yarn. It is just used with full skeins of yarn by Lolodidit. I like singing that for some reason. My children's grandmother goes by Lolo, so I think it's funny, and I think that's one of the reasons I started buying this lady's yarn to begin with, because that's what she goes by for the grandkids, is Lolo. And this yarn is Lolodidit. And this is my Happy Scrappy blanket. It is going to be made into a king size plus for my bed. And I have finished my second color, which I am very excited about. In my acquisitions that I will show you in a minute, excuse me, I have my next color. They put out a colorway that I just needed. It was the next ideal color for what I have knit so far. So the first color I have used is Hippo for Mom 2020, held double with Naked Hippo. All of these will be held double throughout the entire blanket with solid tonal gray in the Naked Hippo colorway. And the entire blanket is going to be knit with Lolodidit's Hippo collection. She puts out hippos, like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas colorways, but it's hippo for different holidays and celebrations throughout the entire year. She does like the seasons, holidays, and now she's doing a monthly club, hippos for little celebrations. And the second color that I used in this blanket was one of the little celebrations. It is Hippo for Mani Petty Day, which is a lot like Hippo for Mom. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have fiber or something in my throat. I'm not sick, I promise. So this is where I'm gonna see if I don't want to like hold it out too far, because right now it needs to be put on bigger needles. So I'm trying to figure out a way to show you. This is where the color 1 turns into color 2. I am putting a stitch marker every time a color changes, just so I'll know how far the rows are getting and how much I'm gonna get out of each skein of yarn. So this is what I have so far. Oh, I bet you I could do it like that. Maybe that'll work. It's like a really, really big triangle scarf right now. Yes, queen. Yes, it's so comfortable and squishy, and I love it. And it's one of my main focuses right now, but for the past 5 or 6 days, I haven't worked on it at all because I have ran out of the colorway that I'm working on. This is all I had left of Hippo for Mani Petty, and I didn't want to cast on another color until I seen what Hippo for Summer was going to look like. So I had a feeling I was going to love it and I was going to want to throw it in the blanket, and I didn't know where I was going to put it in the blanket, because as you've seen before in my other video about these blankets, I think it was my last video I posted, I have 7 skein colors of hippos for different holidays. Currently, I think I've added 2 to that already, but I'm about to add a new color. It is Hippo for Summer, and it is the perfect next match, I believe, for this, if it matches the colorway in the picture, which I'm sure it will because they always have. So this is my last project. I'm going to put a stitch marker, a special stitch marker, somewhere right here. I'm gonna put one, I don't have one with me right now, but I will put one that matches the one on this one, so I'll know that those are specific ones for the podcast. So the next time you see me, you will be seeing this blanket, because this is a blanket that I want to finish, but it's going to take a very long time. So, you know, I'm just going with the flow. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to burn out my hands. I don't want to burn out my palette for this project. I really want, you know, to love this project so that when it's finished, I'm very happy to wrap up in it. So now we are moving on to stash acquisitions. I have a yarn problem. Hi, my name is Heather, and I am addicted to buying yarn. as you will see, I have bought a few. I'm not going to show you everything that I have acquired since my last yarn haul video because that would be too much. I bought quite a bit of yarn from Fairlight Fibers, and I filmed a video of it unboxing it, but I haven't posted it yet, so I may still post that later in the week as an extra video. But I'm going to show you the small shop yarns that I have purchased. And if I ever, purchase big box store or big box website yarn, I will also show it here as long as time allots, because sometimes I go overboard and I very well don't want to have a 1,000,000-minute long video for YouTube because nobody wants to sit here and watch that. So this is my first one that I'm going to show you today. It is a surprise to me still. I know what it looks like in theory because it is the Lolodidit Hippo for Summer colorway, Summer 2020, I should say. So we're going to open it up together and see if it matches my blanket like I think it's going to. So it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, it's so pretty. My blanket, the last colorway I used had pops of pink, orange, and red. This has lots of orange, lots of red, pink, and pops of yellow. So this will be a great transition color to my next color. I'm so excited. This is absolutely 1,000,000% exactly what I wanted. And I will be caking this up today to start working with this blanket again. I know, because I love working on this blanket. It's making me so happy, which is why I'm calling her the happy blanket. Yes, not happy Scrappy, just happy. So I'm very happy with that purchase. And that is Lolodidit's Summer, Hippo for Summer 2020. Let me show you real quick. Hippo for Summer. It's 2020 because it is 2020 is why I say that. It is the plush sock in 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel, 115 grams, 430 yards, and it is a fingering weight 4-ply yarn, and which is what all of the yarn that I'm using for that happy blanket is, plush sock from Lolodidit. So the next thing I'm going to show you is another one that we're going to open. Can't show you too much, just got my address on it. This is stitch markers that I purchased off of Etsy, and I just love when people do little things like that. Okay, I'm in need of some stitch markers because I am putting a stitch marker every color change in this blanket, and I don't have a ton of stitch markers or progress keepers, not just stitch markers. I have those. I don't have much progress keepers. I'm pretty sure that's what these are. So it comes in this cute little brown cardboard box that I will use for something else, probably a Christmas gift, because I don't use wrapping paper for Christmas gifts. I just use reusable packaging. Oh, I'll show you this too. It came with this really cute thank you sticker. And wrap it, and these are so cute. They are not progress keepers though, they are stitch markers. I never know what I buy when I buy it. I buy things and then I go back and I'm like, oh, I bought that. That's what I bought. So they are rainbows and daisies. It's so pretty. And the website is heatherellisart.com. I don't know if you can see that, heatherellisart.com. And they're beautiful. They're made out of polymer clay, it looks like, and they are on gold jump rings. They're beautiful. There's 4 of them, 2 daisies and 2 rainbows. So I'm very happy with that. She packaged it very well. Okay, the next item I have to show you is a really pretty pair of scissors. I actually bought 2 pairs of scissors, but I've already put the mate to these in my car. I just made myself a little stitch or a little knit to go kit. Like we had scissors, stitch markers, and measuring tape, and a darning needle, and a few other things. It's pretty much all in a little pouch put in my car. And this came with those little scissors. These are so cool. They're like antique stainless, they say stainless steel, but they look antique-y. European classic style, novel style, and exquisite decoration, sharp edge used with care. These were purchased off of Amazon in a 2-pack. They had the little pair, and then they had this pair. I'll keep this pair in my house because they're big and they're really not safe to drive with kids with. So, very cool. And the next thing I have is a yarn by, if you've ever seen the podcast, don't remember her name. I remember the yarn, oh, the Corner of Craft is the podcast. Okay. This was her June surprise colorway based on a Dungeons and Dragons character. This is called Hamster Unicorns. It's her June surprise, like, color that you don't know what you're getting until you get it. It's gorgeous. It's very bright. And it is on a sturdy sock yarn, 75% blue face Leicester, 25% nylon. And I will be making my little baby some socks out of this, definitely. And who knows what else. Because come to find out, it don't take much yarn to make a pair of baby socks. And Hannah always sends Bird and Blend tea with her packages. Unfortunately, I also purchased the June Stitch Marker Surprise Club. And it did not come yet, which is kind of sucky because this came like 2 weeks ago. So I'm guessing that my stitch marker got lost in the mail. Which sucks because I really want it. But, you know, there's always next time. And then the last thing that I have to show you all is this most beautiful yarn I've seen in a long time. It is by Stress Knits, which is also another podcaster on YouTube. This is called her Cautiously Curious colorway. It is a special colorway she does one every July 1st for a certain amount of days in honor of her daughter who was born a preemie, and she keeps the colorway up for sale just for the length of time that her baby was in the NICU, and then she donates a bunch of the money, the proceeds, to the March of Dimes, which, if you don't know, deals with preemies and the families of preemies. So I bought 2 of these because my daughter was also a preemie and she was in the NICU for a very long time, and I'm going to make her a sweater out of these. They're so pretty. Oh, I just love these colors so much. And when I purchased these, I also purchased from her a special stitch marker that she had made from Hello Lavender. That was also proceeds going to March of Dimes and another charity I believe had to do with Black Lives Matter. I'm not 100% certain, but these are very pretty. They're handmade with polymer clay, and they are just so pretty. Look at the flowers. It matches the colorway so well. So well. So that is all the acquisitions that I have today, thankfully, to show you. My children are breaking down in the background. Sorry for that if you heard any of it. Hopefully the next time I do this, it will be a little bit more smooth and cohesive, and you know, the edges will be ironed out a little bit more. This is the first time I've done this, so if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you know, give it a thumbs down. That's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you would like to see something different or in a different order or anything like that, please leave it in the comments so I'll know what you do not like. What you do like, tell me. I'm completely open to criticism. No hard feelings, guys. Tell me the truth. Is this something you'd like me to see me do again? Or is it something that I should just scratch because it sucked? Pure and simple, it was crap. It was garbage. Just tell me, guys. I won't cry. Maybe a little, but you won't know. Just kidding. I hope everybody's having a great day. They're staying safe. Wherever you are, please stay safe. That's all I ask of you guys. And be kind to one another, okay? I will see you in 2 weeks with another video like this, if you guys don't hate it. And well, that's all. See you soon, guys. Peace.